Hey guys, today we are going to be unboxing this kit. Now I've liked this kit for a while, the War of the Rohirrim Hill Tribesmen. Now, I already have gotten stuff from Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game before, mainly their goblins, the the ones from The Hobbit are really, really good. And I also believe I got some kind of original tribesmen or something from them, and I use them as pirates. But these guys, so I'm going to switch it around a bit. The guys that I already got, they'll be pirates. These ones here will be my bandits for, because I also play RPGs with my friends. I'm the game master, so we're going to do a quick unboxing, kind of review the kit. Now, because it is Lord of the Rings, there's going to be a couple of repeats. In fact, it looks like there's 4 guys with torches, so I'm assuming roughly there will be slight changes, but I think largely it'll be the main pose with the right arm with the torch kind of thing. Guess we'll find out though, but yeah, Lord of the Rings does have a lot of repeat poses. Games Workshop kind of tries to seem to avoid that with, like every model in a squad generally has their own pose and unique gear to a degree, obviously if you buy more than one unit. But because you obviously need a lot more models for stuff like the Old World or for Middle Earth Strategy Battle, so there are going to be repeats, obviously. Now, you get a bunch of these bases. Looks to be 28mm, maybe 25mm. I'm thinking 28mm just off of eyesight. Let's see if it says it. Nope, just, doesn't actually say. Interesting, but anyway. So it looks like you actually got a lot of cool bits here. Okay, I actually thought these were bits. These are actually the weapons. You can faintly see hands on them. Try and get close for you. See fingers and the thumb. Fingers and the thumb. So these are going to be very small guys, it looks. And now it looks to me like they're essentially all... They're all definitely... It looks like it's going to be bodies are monopose. The arms are what kind of change. It actually looks good. It looks like it looks like you're getting a leg and maybe probably another side with a leg. You put those two together and you get body and the other side of the body and you put those together and you attach them together. You get torches. The heads are all bearded, kind of barbarian kind of heads, which are gonna look good. It's actually interesting. If you look at these heads, they're clearly not full heads. They look like just the front halves of heads. So I'm wondering how that's going to work. It'll be... Oh, I kind of see now. You can see you get the back of the hair. That way you get to really... I actually like that. It gives you a bit of variation. And it looks like this is just a repeat of that one. Exact same sprue. And there's this one, which seems to be the archers. Because you get a bow and arrow there, bow and arrow there, bow and arrow there. Looking at it, it looks like there's 2 legs, 4 legs, 6 legs. Theoretically, it looks like you get 6 models in one of these mini sprues. And if that's 12, then I'm assuming there's going to be 6 models in there, because the box over there says 24 models per case. You do get, I really like this, is almost like an updated version of that Bretonnian arrow thing in the ground that the men at arms, I think they are, that they get. My only problem is the swords. I don't like my idea of my barbarians or bandits having swords a lot, because obviously that's more of a noble's weapon. Not that nobles deserve them more, just the training you need for a sword. But then again, I guess you could just swing it at people, so... I don't know, I'm going to try and focus on axes and maybe maces or clubs. It looks like... Here, let's look at our options. So we have these... what are they called? Not halberds, but you know what I mean. Volges. You get a volge. You get kind of just... I don't know what that weapon is. It's essentially just a volge, though. You get a pitchfork. Another volge. You get almost looks like a Dane axe, really. And you get another... not a halberd, but essentially another long stick with a blade at the end. So these look pretty good. They're essentially clubs that have blades on them, or like, great sword kind of equivalents. Obviously not great swords, but you know what I mean. You get torches. So you get 4 torches per sprue, it looks. So you theoretically could have 4 guys with torches, but then you'd need small weapons. It's looking. You get shields. You get 4 shields per sprue, but it looks like you get 2, 4, 6, 8 great weapons. So I don't know the rules of Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game. I don't play it. I just like a lot of their cooler models. So it looks like you get essentially 8 options for halberdiers. Now we can assume there's probably about 6 models per big sprue. Because if they say 24 over there, you get 24 models total. I'm assuming it's 6 per sprue. You get 6, 6, 6, 6. So that's obviously, 24. It looks like, yeah, you get essentially 6 models per sprue. You get 8 great weapon options. You get 4 torches. You get a handful of small weapons. Like you get a sword here. Let's go. I think, yeah, it's looking like most of the one-handed weapons are on this side because you get 4 swords at the top already and then the one over there. So give or take, you're getting 10 swords. You get 16 great weapons. You get, give or take, 8 bows. And then you get 4 torches. And then you get 8 torches and then 8 shields total. So it's a pretty good amount. Like, theoretically, I'm not sure how, again, I don't know how the rules work, but like, theoretically, I'm not sure if Middle-earth Strategy Battle has like ranged units and then melee units, or if, because the cover of the box and the box art seems to imply it's all one unit. It can be used as Wildmen of Dunlend. So I'm assuming this is all one unit. Maybe you mix it. Maybe it's like the Empire Militia from the Old World. Which again, I don't play the Militia either. I don't play the Old World either, really. I only play 40k. Most of my models that I use for fantasy are for RPGs, but I do know the rule that with Militia, they do get ranged weapons and melee, so maybe that's what these guys get. I don't know. But yeah, it's looking like they're essentially just supposed to be a general barbarian faction. But theoretically, if you got maybe 2 boxes, you could probably do, 8 or so you could do 3 boxes, you would have a unit full of everything, I think. Because you would have a unit of 24 archers, 24 melee weapons, and 24 great weapons. The only issue is obviously because they give you a lot more great weapons, you're going to have a ton of those spare. And that's also ignoring the torches. Theoretically, you could use the torches as melee weapons. It's because I would kind of add 8 per box, so give or take 8, 9, 10, plus 4, so 14, something like that. Melee weapons per box, I guess. So theoretically, essentially you can go great weapons, melee weapons, ranged weapons, or I'm assuming you can just mix and match in-game, because again, it just says Wildmen of Dunlend over there. But overall, the models look very good. They've got very crisp details. The hair looks really good, especially in the furs. The fire looks beautiful. I cannot wait to paint some of that fire. As a whole, I really like this kit. I was really looking forward to it just because of the whole, dirty barbarian kind of look these guys had. I thought they would work perfectly. And you know what? Actually, I will say, these guys, just the general look of them, it screams to me that like they were inspired by the bandits from Mountain Blade a little bit. Obviously, they're based off the Wildmen of Dunlending. Dunlend, yeah. The Dunlendlings. Dunlendings? I can't remember how they say it in the movie. But essentially, these are obviously inspired by the Wildmen. But at the same time, you can also see they very much took, if you look at Bannerlord, right, Mountain Blade Bannerlord, one of the loading screens is a bandit with this exact axe. He doesn't have furs, he's got like tattered clothes, because he's supposed to be like a starving peasant who's turned into a bandit. But I don't know, these guys just remind me of the bandits in Mountain Blade, the video game series. Either way though, really like the models, they look really cool. You could probably get a lot of variation. It's looking like you have a few poses too. Obviously, it is supposed to be, you're going to have a few repeats, but it looks like they did pretty good in making them kind of differentiate. Because you got like these 4 torchmen per box at least, well, per one of these bigger sprues. But even then, like, you can see they did their best to make even these 4 are all different poses. Now I imagine, obviously, that's also ignoring that you can probably do a lot here. Like, actually, you know what? I will say the fire is probably the least that you can do with, because you can't really, even though the hands are all separated, you can't really put this torch here, because the fire, well, I guess the fire could be going up, but that would imply he's standing completely still and not running, which they're all clearly moving forward. Except for maybe this guy. This guy here could maybe do something. He's just standing there. Let's see. You get 1 standing pose. You get 2 standing poses, 3. I imagine 4 generally. Yeah, there's give or take like 4 poses in here. So it looks like most of them are running. You get 4 or so standing still. You get, actually that's pretty much it. They're all standing. Most of them are running. Honestly though, overall, looks like a good kit. Looks like it's going to be paint, and it's going to be very fun to paint. Really like the kind of tattered shields that are kind of very clearly scrap wood. The furs look good. The hair looks good. And I will say, you know what? Games Workshop, I don't know what it is. They're sometimes terrible at faces. Not always. A lot of their models do have good faces. These guys seem to be on the pretty good side. Except for the eyebrows. I don't like that guy's eyebrows. I never really like eyebrows because I don't paint them on. Unless they're obviously sculpted in like this. Then I don't really have a choice because it looks weird otherwise. But I do like the kind of style these guys got. And I hope you guys will enjoy seeing them later on when they're all built and painted. If you enjoyed that video, thank you. Please leave a like, subscribe, and have a good day.